So, oh, it's fun.
It's fun. Check out what I've been attempting. I found a new tool called Relevance AI and BuildShip. You know about BuildShip.
Yep.
Relevance AI and BuildShip, I feel like they can kind of work together. I don't know. We're just trying to figure stuff out because I've wanted to know, like, build out. I shouldn't say no. I wanted to learn how to add actions to my GPTs for a while now, and I just haven't found a good way to do it. I haven't found a reason or a use case for it yet. So
I
the
do want to
main
try
reason
out build ship. I think when I sorry, go ahead.
Well, I think the main reason it was a struggle is because I couldn't really find a solid software that would let me very simply build out an API that my GPT could call. And Relevance AI solves that problem. So let's save this. So Relevance AI is pretty cool because they have this concept of tools. They're like, all right, you build your tool, and then you can call your tool. You can create agents in our software that call your tool. And I'm pretty sure they just use OpenAI's Assistance API to create the agent and do all that good stuff. Because if I go into, let's see, like I can send an email as Sterling Long. I click on Use Tool. Actually, no, sorry, I don't want to do that. This is a tool that I built. It's got a flow, basically, with inputs. It's basically an API. And I can send a Gmail email with the API. And so I pass in my recipients, the body, and the subject, and I can take that and do cool things with it. So I've linked that up to an email assistant.
Email assistant.
Then GPT, OpenAI also just added the ability to @ command to separate things within the chat. So I'm talking to my email response assistant. Please send, what's your email again? If you're willing to say it here, I don't know if you are. I'm not. I'll just send it to lozatic@gmail.com. Please send an email to lozatic@gmail.com that shares a beautiful poem about the power of AI. 4 lines. So it's gonna start up an action.
I've been doing more with those lately too. I'm starting to come around to the GPTs. They're actually really nice.
Yeah. Email has successfully been sent to Lozatica. The Beauty of AI, a short poem. Let's go check out.
Oh my.
All right. Dear recipient, I hope this email finds you well. I want to share with you a brief poem that captures the essence and beauty of artificial intelligence. So it formatted it super nicely too, because it can use HTML. It didn't put my name in here, sadly, but that's okay. In circuits and codes, a new dawn begins, where silicon dreams meet reality's spins. AI, a dance of data and light, unveiling a world beyond human sight. There we go. So
There you
I
go.
can now use GPT to send emails.
It's not bad. It's not a bad use case for it either.
I feel like it's the most straightforward one. I feel like the majority of people, the very first thing they want to be able to do with AI is be able to send emails. So, because I can go through LinkedIn, for example, I can scrape information from that, and then I can use AI to craft and send personalized emails.
Yeah.
I can also set it up so that, like through Zapier or something like that, I can trigger. So when I receive a new email, I can run it through something to see if it's an email that an AI should auto respond to, and if it is, then I can auto respond. Just
That's cool.
it's an initial attempt, right? I'm just trying to integrate AI actions and find easy ways to do it. And this is the easiest I found by far.
That's cool.
Because, like, you know how you need the open API spec? So if I just click on custom actions, I choose the tools that I want. So I say I want to get emails and I'll send email as string long. I guess I need to do both. So I click on get email, send email string long. I create generate OpenAI schema, and I generate an API key. And I just copy both of those, and I just go over to the GPT and I paste it all in. I hit go, and we're good to go.
That is nice. That's really nice.
I
That's the
copy,
relevance
over
one.
here, click on. Oh, wait, I need to go to my. The fact that I can start up like be talking to a different assistant is really cool. If I go to my email response assistant, I edit the GPT, I click on create a new action, I paste in the schema. Oh, can't have duplicate domains. Okay, never mind. I already got that one. Let's do a different one. Get emails from query. Generate open schema. Copy. Paste. Oh gosh dang it. So it won't let me do multiple tools. Can I hold shift and click? Oh, I can't. There we go. I figured it out.
There you go. There we go. Shift. When all else fails, just shift the bed. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So paste this here. Oh, I shouldn't need a new API key. But now I have get emails from query and send email as Sterling long, both in here. So now we can save this. Only me, because I don't want people to be able to send emails as me. That would be unfortunate. Get all emails. This is someone. All emails from there. This might run for a while because I think it goes through every single email I've got. Oh, I lost Amir.
All right, my
Doing a
computer is freaking out.
computer's freaking out.
Yep, it's happier now. And then I have too much stuff open. And those are fly. I remember so shitload. I actually was on there like early. Uh, I tried to get on there like early beta and I never could, and then I just never went back. But I'm gonna check that one out. And then I noticed like these tools are starting to get a little crazy. Like I get not everything can be free and it shouldn't be, but like man, they are for real charging for some of these things now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I just I just want something basic, but I need a little bit more execution time than like the standard plans, and I'm just like, if I really wanted to use this in my application stack, like I would incur some pretty good costs. And now if I was in a company or working within a larger project, you might be able to make the argument that it can actually save you time and money, right? By replacing, I don't know if I'd say others, but services and consolidating things and having one kind of brain work behind the scenes on your behalf. And I get all that, and I'm sure that's kind of their target. But like for me, I'm just like, man, I can do like the free trial and get what I need, but then after that, I'm like, I like every one of these tools is starting to add up. You know, when you start spending 75 to $100 a month per tool, it starts to, I mean, it starts to add up. Now I do stuff really fast, but I mean fast with a purpose and then just fast, there's a very big difference. And I'm not sure if you've ran into that yet, but I'm sure people who um, do like big interactions or integrations with like OpenAI and like Claude and even maybe Google, they're probably running into that, right? Where it's like, at what point do you just say it's cheaper to build my own model? Like, at some point, it's going to be cheaper to build your own model now, training data and all that fun stuff. But if you start today, that investment will pay off down the road, most likely,
Yeah, I
right?
guess I suppose that's why all the open source models are so nice because you can just host those yourself. You don't have to
Yep.
worry about paying per use.
Yep.
I feel like we're running into the exact same issue last time when I tried to have AI do something for me. It just sits here and hangs forever. So let me stop it. I'm just gonna refresh this page. I have 2 credits left.
Yeah, see? Yeah, that's where it starts to get fun.
already, I've already run out of everything. No. All right. Well, looks like it's gonna hang here. So can't necessarily use this tool yet. Gotta figure out why it breaks. Maybe it's breaking because I don't have any credits, right? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this one's just straight up broken as well. I read my current usage cap for GPT-4. What the? Oh, dang it, man! We're hitting roadblocks everywhere.
Sometimes it's just not meant to be.
Ah, ah. All right. Well, what are you working on? Since I can't make any progress.
I'm going to share.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, Telegram. Your Heron Hero bot.
Here
Let's
and hero.
go.
Let's just do the things we do. I just got to connect real quick. Wallet connect. Boom. So the bot establishes a private session with you, and I create your own unique session locked in by your Telegram ID. Obviously, you can't do Wallet Connect actions without being able to sign and all that good stuff. But I actually opted. So in Discord, I actually created a Loki JS database to actually store sessions and persist them through restarts and through client disconnections. And I said, you know what? It's fine. I know how to do it. It's pretty cool, but I don't want that responsibility. So I'm just gonna do if server restarts, you just gotta reconnect, and if it doesn't restart, you're fine, right? So it's those little things. But I got all these fun little like if you want to mint an NFT, you can mint an NFT. If you want to get so price was a so I yeah I added some charting and stuff. So I just created this stuff.
Dude,
If you want to see what we support. Like these are all the tokens on Cadena. There's a couple more, but like that I got to add in here. But basically, it's all dynamic too. It's all pulling from a database that I have now. Um, it's fun. It's like funny stuff, right? And um, prompt, so you can do AI prompts in here and get images, which people have been spamming Discord. I'm not going to do any more of them because I'll probably run out soon. But what I'm going to do is like a project, not spotlight, but like I'm about to add Wizards Arena, so you can look up your wizards. They don't even know that yet, but I'm adding it right now. And so, if you want to go into Swarms, what can you do? So, what a project could do is they can reach out and say, "Hey, could you add functions from our smart contract?" And I don't actually need to know any logic from them. I just need to know that they want to add them and what they want it to do, and then I'll go read the contract and add the functions I want or that they want. But for here, it's kind of nice because you can go in and actually pull up your DAO and you can vote on it. So if you want to go vote on it, you vote on it. And this actually does work. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to screw up um, my testing, but that's it. Like this is the path to basically deconstructing a complex process all the way back to the blockchain, all the
yeah,
way in Telegram. I mean, I love the
I mean,
Telegram API. It's awesome. I
that's
actually am a huge fan of it. Uh, I made a joke the other day, like I actually stopped trying to develop anything for it because it used to be so painful, and they really didn't have like a good mechanism to connect and do things. And now they have the bot father. I wish I could show it, but my API keys get exposed in there, so I don't like to show that on stream. But the bot father is awesome. So if you've never coded a Telegram bot, that's where you go and you register a bot. So much easier than Discord, just so much easier. And I have nothing against Discord. You can tell I did Discord testing. Um, actually built this functionality in Discord. But there's I don't know what this even has. Yeah, okay, so you can purchase NFTs from a marketplace. You can mint an NFT. You can actually mint an NFT from here. And then this is I don't have this enabled, but you could view my NFT. So if you wanted to actually mint an NFT, please send the image you want to mint. So you could just attach. God, it's gonna be like the worst one on earth. It's not gonna work. Like you get the idea. You can go through here, and it's just uh, so name your
we're
NFT. So you
all
can name it
these
once I
we're all these penguins made with AI.
yeah all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
So once you
Wow.
go through this process, it mints your NFT, and so I actually have my back end signing for everything. So it just sends it to your wallet that you don't actually have to sign anything. You just say mint, and once it's done and you've done it, it uploads it. There's a pre-check to make sure that you've contributed something into the pool to mint for free because it's not free, obviously, to create and store and do all that stuff. So there's a little credit system for this on our marketplace, and I'm just extending that to here. And then we've got our meme coin, which is kind of cool. And you know who? Uh, let me share it. You know who created this? Um, there's only one person who would create this site. And the funny thing is, we created this stuff in like this was a couple days, right? So I mean, you can connect your wallet up and everything. It's slice, 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 slice. It does like different effects all over the site. Um, I think a lot of this, like the text and stuff, I think he put in what he wanted and used AI to come up with prompts. He doesn't do a lot of AI stuff. This is like my favorite. It's a little taxing, but yeah, I like it. It's just like those little things. And then we've got our bot. You can slice text throughout the page. And if you want to check, you can get your fortune cookie. You know,
Dude.
I know. And so like you could see like there's just little effects all over. And look, it's not a serious website, but sometimes these are like the most fun, right? Like we wanted something fun, and so just going through it. Um, it just yeah, I think this was made with AI too. So it's cool.
Everything with AI, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So then if you need to practice your sword chopping skills, like Fruit Ninja, because it's squeegee and why not? He loves this stuff. And I was always like, well, if we want to make like a professional site, we can't do this kind of stuff. But like, I was so happy when he built this because I just told him, just do whatever, just make it kind of like cool and flashy and
Yeah,
like just spend a day on it. And that was enough for me. And he spent like, the week on it. And he's just like, here, I just added this little thing. Is it okay? And I'm like, uh, people are just spamming me like, hey, man, I've been playing the game. Like, can we get like a leaderboard or something? And I'm like, probably, but I'm not going to. So you
yeah,
could just see like I think it's just a fun little so it's just a utility token that meme themed that I'm just providing the liquidity. I'm not doing any pre-sales of it. Hopefully I don't lose my butt on it, but it's for fun. If my liquidity pool gets nuked, it is what it is, and I'll deal with that. And but I added things in our contract to do 5% burn. So when you actually do a transaction, you don't know anything until it hits our table. And at the table level, when I'm writing the transaction data, I'm actually modifying it at that point. So you can do swaps, you can do all sorts of things that you would normally do with a token without needing like a DEX to change what they're doing, right? Because that's the big rub. Like, do you need the DEX to take this out? Well, I don't. It actually happens when a swap happens. It gets back to my contract, and my contract says, "Oh, you just did a million. Well, we're gonna burn 5%, which I believe is 50,000. Yeah, 50,000. So it's I think it's gonna be cool, personally. And I got the contracts ready. I'm having a couple people review it right now, and then I'm gonna do. I've been really big fan of trying to figure out how to get like the community involved in voting, and so I'm going to use our new cap, the new multi-sig cap that we have, and allow people to vote through that. I just haven't decided if I need them to lock up their tokens or if we'll just do, I was thinking about doing like a weighted tier, so up to 1,000, up to 10,000, up to 100, up to a million, up to 100 million tokens. You get a different weighted value. What I didn't want was one person to buy like 50% of the supply and make all the decisions, but it's really just decisions on how to spend like the marketing budget, which is a percent of tokens. So I think it'll be cool. I think I've long wanted to do that, and now I've got the tools and the capabilities to do it, and we can manage it in Telegram or Discord. So it's like it was
yeah,
more than just it's more than just building a front end app and a smart contract because that's easy, right? I can do that in my sleep. Now it's how do I make that experience kind of transverse or traverse all these platforms? And where are all the users? They're all in freaking Telegram right now or Discord. So why don't I bring that experience to there instead of making them go complain on mobile that they got to go to some website that's meant to be on a desktop? And it looks great. It's just meant to be on a desktop because it's a huge site. So if I can simplify a couple of commands that people want, right? Isn't that really what we're trying to do? Is we're trying to give people what they want, like in real time? So I'm happy with it. It's I can't explain how much work all this is, um, but it is like significant
oh yeah,
to do these things. So I know some people are like, how do you do it so fast? And I'm like, muscle memory. I don't know. Like I actually tried letting AI help me yesterday, and I got mad and I told ChatGPT to stop being such a lazy bum, and then I swore at it. And I actually got a warning from them. It was so mean to the bot. I guess they must log like something because I got a warning just the way I was talking to it. So it's just food for. And I was like, whatever. I'm like, I wanted to respond. I couldn't respond. It was a no reply. I wanted to respond back to them saying, why don't you actually fix your bot instead of complaining? Like, you missed the whole point of my rant. I'm ranting to your bot because, or my assistant, because instead of being an assistant, they're just like, hey man, replace this great looking function that you built with this one that doesn't work and has nothing to do with your code, and let's test it. And I'm like, I forgot what I said to it, but it was something like, I hope like you choke on like the oil that runs your like underbelly or something. And it's just like, what are you what are you doing here? But I some things it works really good at it. I feel like still lately the coding aspect of it is just atrocious. Or my standard for coding has just got better. That could be part of it too.
I feel like it's pretty good. Are you talking about like AI generating files, code files for you, or
Hmm.
things like that?
Hmm.
It,
Single
it does
things,
really good if you're
maybe.
asking functions, like just the smaller building blocks. If you ask it
I
to
do
write the
agree. It
whole
can
thing,
handle a small function.
it recently writes the first function and says, and then you implement the rest. It's like,
Yep,
okay, I got, yeah, yeah, that's what I told you to do.
that's exactly it.
Yeah, it just puts a little dot, 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 implement the rest.
Yeah.
Implement the rest here. Or it gives you the function name and it says function implementation in a comment. And it goes on to the next function. It says function implementation and another comment. And you're like, I told you to do it for me, and I guess you
It's
got pretty close.
yeah, I mean, let me see if this actually will pick up now. I gotta make them an icon. Okay, perfect. So get wizards. I don't know what to call it. Wizards Arena? Yeah, that's what the project is. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna make some tweaks to this, but I mean that's should fail. Sorry, I don't understand. So gotta do like a. It's interesting. There's just so many layers to these bots, and a lot of it lately has just been reading. It's kind of boring because I'm just reading their API docs. Like it's nothing. The people are like, oh man, how'd you figure all that out? I'm like, I open their API docs and I read them. Like this is my main page right now. So
I mean, you could
it's
also
kind of
just
it's
give the URL to ChatGPT and have it walk you through building it.
well there you go. I mean, you could do that too. I haven't tried that. It's been ages since I tried their browser stuff. What would that look like if I did um, so this would be I'm trying to think what page would it want? Because I feel like you're gonna have to give it something more specific than just their main account.
It might, like, honestly, it probably doesn't even need it because it's been trained on the internet. So you can just ask it.
Yeah.
But if it's something wrong, then you point it at that specific endpoint or something like that. And it can read it and create a custom thing for you. That's how I've used it in the past.
Here, let's so like review this review the Telegram PI for the fastest way to implement simple game of whatever. Simple game. Please describe the process.
Having the AI built read your API docs for you is just it's gorgeous.
Please describe the process and flow that we need. Interesting. Ugh, of course it uses Bing, so it's probably going to be a banger of a response.
Well,
uh,
it was originally, well, I guess partnered heavily with Microsoft, so yes, they're going to use Bing.
create a new game. Photo for your game. Ah, cool. But then I still got to build it. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, so far it's the flow. It's explaining to me is all stuff that I'm using, except for like the specific game stuff. Sure, your game is responsive and works well. Well, that's nice. So, like, can you provide working example? This is where it ticks me off, usually. So
Usually,
rather than a fully, I mean, I did ask it for a working example. I did say that, right? Well, at least it told me to code it. Thank God for that.
yeah.
I mean, host it. It's been explained. Okay, so let me just back up for 1 second. Everything so far up until this point, everything has been a reference to JavaScript, right? They've referenced it like 20 times now. And the first thing it does is give me Python code, which is fine. I mean, obviously that's fine. But I'm like, what? Crazy. Interesting. Yeah. So it's about what I would expect. So you're gonna set up a webhook. It's
It used
it's
Flask,
probably what I was reading. Yeah, they use
not Fast.
Flask. I don't like Flask. I like Fast API. So I'm already jaded about this whole process. Okay, why not try?
You just
Want
ask it
to
to
try
rewrite
again? Have all of the sass and
without all
please
this.
use JavaScript. Thanks.
It's not that much
Please.
sass.
I mean, it's pretty sassy. I mean, if you think about it, like up until that point, it had never once talked about Python in like all of the explaining it did to me. And actually, their API docs are generally written for Java, which I found interesting. That was up until recently, only Java was able to interact with their bots, which I thought was weird. Well, that was
Is
the only thing they give docs on. I mean, so this flow is like I could do this in my sleep. Yeah, so like this is the problem is like it's not really it's hard for me because like I know what all this stuff is, and if you don't know their methodology, their terminology, yeah, this stuff can be confusing. And for anybody, if anybody's actually, it looks like Tori's watching this, which should you be off doing more important things than watching a bunch of knuckleheads? Uh, oh,
no, 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 no.
yeah.
This is the
So
place to be, Amir. Nice
yeah,
place to be.
yeah. Oh yeah, it is good. It is good. And so to initiate these bots is real easy. So it's nice because I can pass this bot value around to lots of different files and kind of keep the flow going. There's some like little weird things when you get into that it doesn't explain. That once you there's certain types of imports you have to do that are not obvious, and you have to really know what you're looking for. And honestly, the only ways that I found them was on I think it could have been Stack Overflow, but I would have never known. And like, there's like just features to this API that are just not clear at all. And those are the things that do bug me a little bit. But yeah, I mean, this would be easy. So you're going to start up your game. This is /start. So it's going to go out to your URL. That makes sense. So we're going to send this. It's not a callback here. So this is just a webhook. So yeah, we'd have to configure all this. But yeah, it's just like setting up an Express server right inside your bot. Hmm. So you can either do it. I'm assuming you could either do it here, or you could set up like a hosted server somewhere that's not has nothing really to do with your bot, and just offer this as a webhook. It would still need to know. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is more specific. Okay. Well, that was not helpful because I already knew all this. How about
Yeah, you
actual
gotta ask
game
it to do
code?
stuff for you, man.
No, I mean I'm a dumb user, man. Like you tell me what
Okay.
to do. It's supposed to give me recommendations and it's not. And that's what it's actually kind of bugging me because it used to give me recommendations if I did like this, it would give me a recommendation on a better prompt. And I don't know what release they did to add that and remove it, but I really miss it. Okay, so like all right, whatever. It's fine. I thought it would give me actually a little bit more than that, to be honest. So that's what I'm working on. I'm just being sassy with my AI.
You should
Let's
have
see,
asked it
like
to write the game code instead of how about the
right,
actual game.
write
I
my
mean, it depends
game
on
code.
maybe more specific details on the game you would like it to write. Otherwise, it's just going to be like, here's some ideas.
Yeah, bingo. The game is bingo. Huh. What did I do my other one in? You're right though. You're right. I was hoping it would actually help me a little bit more through the process. That's all. The game is bingo, comma. I don't know. It's not really something I'm all that interested in at this moment, but we're doing bingo and there's just one other thing and I want to use uh, custom generated card. It's from 3. Bingo is 75 no. Oh, it's been a while since I've played. You need to integrate which is actually, however, this integration is complex and require. You know what's funny is I was just thinking this is like a 5-minute project to hook up Dolly 3 to do this. The first thing is it's complex. Okay, you start the basic game logic. Thank you. I mean, I just feel like I do know how to prompt. I actually have I like there's a site I like that ups your prompt game a little bit too. And then I wanted to like see like a rate your prompt. But can you see like why this might be a little frustrating for me? Like this is what it's giving me for responses now. I, like,
Hmm.
do you know? Do you even know how to code? I did ask you to code the basic game logic, please and thank you. So this is why I start getting uh it's gonna repeat. I guarantee it's gonna repeat what it just told me like 2 paragraphs ago, right? Like you could see it. Like it's literally just told me all this. Um, I guess you can't get snippy with it, otherwise it stops responding to you kindly. Oh, it finally did. There we go. Look at that.
Let's do it. There you go.
Finally, we got a card generated. I mean, it looks like it's probably right too.
Good
Seems
job.
seems
It
excessive.
only messages, but you got it to do what you wanted it to do.
Check check for bingo. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, you got to do that each time. So we're playing this game at console. Yeah, go to generate a bingo card. Draw numbers and mark the card and check for bingo. Oh, cool. So I'm never going to use it, but maybe if bingo shows up, it's because it didn't completely aggravate me today. But yeah, that's better. Huh. I don't think Tori, have you seen? Did I show you the Telegram bot yet? If not, I'll send you some of that later. Did your execution ever run or whatever? I wanted to check this out.
Oh, no, I think I was trying to get too many emails, and so it was blocking. So I needed trying to reduce it. Now I only have 2 free credits, so I'm screwed. I get 100 credits per day though. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. The stuff, man. Stuff, yo. That's the project. I do like it because I can say on stream, I could say build your ship, and it just sounds funny.
Yeah.
Build your ship. See? There we go. Ooh, I already like this. I actually set something up like this already, but I'm wondering if how hard this would be to test. I should put my API key right in here, right?
uh, yeah. Go for it. I'll copy it
Go
down.
for it. Well, yeah, build ship. Yeah. On a serious note, though, I was looking at. I've been debating if I want to dive into the world of image modeling, and so I've created roughly 15,000 AI images, either by myself or others that have used our API. It's probably like half and half. There's a couple of people who use it all the time, but it doesn't matter to me. And so one of the things we've talked about is like it would be nice to be able to better train our model. You can't a lot of times you can't use the standard models to do that. You're gonna have to like fork one and then kind of start from there. Start from a starting point somewhere. And so we have a theme, and so I may look into doing that. And I think with Stable Diffusion, I've got everything I need to do it. I'm just trying to decide if it's even worth it or just switch it all over to DALL-E 3 and call it a day because literally it's just like it just works. You don't have to think. You don't have to do all this precise thinking and modifications and care and feeding. It just works. So I was
Mhm.
actually going to ask you kind of what you thought about that because I feel like if anybody's going to train their AI, it's probably you. I just don't see the value. I don't see the value at the time I put into it.
Yeah, no, I'd never recommend training your own AI.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I mean, I think that's
Your
fair.
service does it for you, maybe, but that'd be the biggest. Like that's the thing I do. So, for example, I mean, I have my AI clone, and I was able to train that on everything I've written on Twitter, the books I've written over the past 6 months or so, etc. And that works pretty well in responding like me.
Makes sense.
You can
This is the
go.
one you're using. Yeah. So those are the things I'm working on. Um, I mean, it's nothing too fancy. I can do what is the callback? Wizards. So my list of handlers. So I need to do / case view underscore my underscore purchase underscore wizards. I don't know why I'm using this for notes, but you can do like enroll wizards. And so this is just wizards. So we'll build a This is all going to be overkill for what I'm trying to do, isn't it?
Ooh, that's some tightly packed code, man. You need some white space in there. Save your eyes.
Is that better? I don't I don't mind. This is how I like it. So I was just working on getting this. So I need to create a function. So get wizards, which I did. Did I add it? Which I did. Get wizards. So we could do like hello.
There's my daughter. She's happy.
That's important. So this
It is.
is wizard. We need all these values. Please enter a value amount. Don't need that. Session. So this is account equals session details that account. So if you want to see what tedious looks like, this is what tedious is going to look like. So this is count. We're getting it from our session data. User message from ID. Okay. Oh, it didn't finish typing. You see what I'm dealing with? Get wizards. Just there. So bot message send response, which will be wizard IDs. IDs. Error in slash wizard command. That looks right. Wizard slash wizard. So let me bot father. And I would show it. I would totally show it, but I've literally just can't. Somewhere I have the note I'm looking for. Telegram bot. So we're gonna do wizard and then retrieve your wizards. Yay. And then I will set this and then I will show you what it looks like. Hopefully it works. I think it will. Set commands. Slash set. Okay. So now let's see if this succeeds or fails. I have no like error control either right now, so if it fails, it's gonna just completely fail.
That's fun.
Yeah. It's just this is not gonna be how I run it. It should give me two values. I have two of them, and it did not. But let's see why.
That animation is nice, though. Or that with the QR code.
Yeah. It's just it's very smooth.
I don't know. Did you do that on purpose, or did it just kind of happen automatically? And you're like, "Wow, that's a nice feature." Just
It happened automatically. It happened automatically. Uh slash. Okay. Maybe that's why. I think it's expecting something that makes sense. It's expecting something I'm not providing. So we just need to. Okay, yes, this was way overkill for what we were doing. Slash. Okay, let's see if that. It's those little things that get you, and then it's gonna make me reconnect. That's the one thing I do like about persisting the sessions. Makes testing quicker. When it wants to work. But you can see this has been a treat at times. It's not erroring. It's just very slow. It's my wallet. It's not this. And it connected. Oh boy. I don't think I'll get to show us before 3. I don't get it. What is it? It's actually my wallet. It's not this. It's actually my wallet being fussy. Match. It's not defined. Okay. It does store my old messages too. It's kind of nice. So when it comes back online, their API sends them to your bot. So if you hiccup, it doesn't really matter because you can load balance these things. You could do everything. It's kind of nice, in my opinion. Boom! Look at that. That was easy. So now I have to add that to my complex flow so that it's part of this menu that I made, like this menu. So I wanted that to be a function under here. But essentially, that's all it has to do. I just have to put it in. I break them out into separate files and I create functions just because it's going to be like the function actually hit like 600 lines of code for one function. And it wasn't because I was trying to like I don't like that. I like breaking things up. But like the complexity of passing data around with these bots and different scripts and how I don't have a state manager or anything like that, so I had to kind of create one. So you have to actually take a lot of care with these things and make sure you're mapping things out appropriately so you can call them back. But that's how long it takes to add a function, right? A couple minutes without the little screw ups. And writing the logic that I'm going to do probably take me an hour because it's so specific. Each function is so specific, and so I uh, I was actually hoping GPT could take an example that I made and apply it and create a new function for me while I was working on something else. And I came back and it was like a blender hit it. It was like a blender hit my code. It actually renamed all the functions, every one of them, and it like changed and assumed things that don't exist. And I was like, okay, like tell me more. And it told me more, and it just like morphed it again. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, so this is useless today. But that was why I got mad at it because I wanted it to help me. Once I figured out what was going on, I wanted it to help me replicate it and like quickly spit out other functions. But it apparently it's I don't know if it's too complex for it or if there's just too many parts to it. Because it's not like a simple function. It's like take these 50 components or like 50 callouts and make a new function out of them. Maybe it's just too much for it. Although
Well, my
I
guess is
feel
that it
like it
probably
can
doesn't have
handle,
I would say it
yeah,
probably doesn't have enough context on the data that it's trying to query. That's my guess.
yeah, it's very possible.
Because it's not
Very,
necessarily the
very
lines of
possible.
code that are an issue. I've had GPT write me like 500 line documents in one go. It's doesn't know the information that it's querying and the structure of that information. That's most consistently the issue that I run into.
Gotcha. Hmm.
Audrey is getting more
Well,
mobile,
oh
and
yeah,
she's really
it's
about that.
it's a riot. It's a riot.
She discovers the shoes consistently.
That's good. That's good stuff, man.
Now
They
she's eating
just,
one. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna take this and turn them into buttons. Turn each one of these into buttons, and then if you press it, it'll go look up the image and provide it. I don't think I want to provide it because somebody might have 100 of these, and trying to render all that is just that would be a nightmare. But I think that's a good approach. So if you want to go look up your wizards, you'll be able to just click through just like that other prompt, and yeah, that should be easy. I'll work on that. That should be done by tomorrow. And I think this bot's there's a couple things I need to clean up, but essentially it's all the functions that are written are very self-contained. If they handle errors, they're not going to crash the bot. If they do, I can, and it auto restarts with PM2 anyways. But uh, it's good. I like it. I like these things. I like integrations. I like bots. I like APIs, and this is all of those things in one. Like I literally could spin off a web API off of my bot in language that I just eat, sleep, and breathe every day. And yeah, there's little you could see even like I've been in this and I even had these little hangups because I copied code and I forgot to change one thing in that code that the type of command it was. So you have to be very careful about that because the commands are very much just regex and there's different if you're taking a prompt there's in numbers for example there's different things you have to put in there and if you don't want a prompt and you put prompt code in there it just fails out your command. So it's like little things you got to look for. But when you're trying to move fast, sometimes I don't always check. Especially if I'm just testing this before I put it in a bigger function and actually make it robust. So it's not AI, but I guess like this is AI and the prompt stuff is AI. And I'm going to use it all. I'm going to use GPT to chat about my data in here. So once I get a little bit more of it set, I'm going to see what I can do with it. So I'm excited. I like these things. So
Okay, man.
think
This is looking good. It's looking clean. I love the animations. Again, a little QR code.
I like these little
All of your
buttons. I gotta
paintings are
find a
great.
wizard. Yeah.
Squeegee
So
made that website in a week, and it's gorgeous. Man,
I
you
love
guys are
it.
awesome.
I love it. So yeah,
Congratulations.
just
I feel
fly,
like
fly and
all your
switch.
tools are coming together.
Well, now that I have them all, I can apply them however I want. It's very quick now. That's
Yeah.
why I move fast. I built all the foundational stuff. Now I can just apply it.
Yep. I bet that feels so nice.
Mhm.
Well, I gotta hop off.
All
This has
right.
been awesome. Thanks for showing me all the things you're building, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Have an amazing
Hopefully next
week.
time we have no issues. You too.
I won't be here on Thursday, so just letting you know. I'll be in
Okay.
California, but I'll see you next
Sounds
Tuesday.
good. Sounds good. Take it easy, bud.
Good one.